Tonight, let's give away this jar of olives my coworker Alex gave me today.
X1 for olives.
Was it pickled eggs?
Dude, I got a mini pack of olives at work the other day, and then he's like, the next day he brought me in like 4 jars of olives. Oh, you like olives, bro? I got olives. I was like, no, man, I love olives, but like, I don't want olives from your house. Like, this is weird. Sounds
just like Alex.
Yeah.
Peace and love to all of your YouTube faceholes. Welcome to the Amigos Co. It's Monday. Well, actually, it's Tuesday here in Australia. Whoa! Someone's coming through. Whoa! Welcome. We have Legion Vapes. We have Vandal. We also have the OG. OG motherfucker! Vape Malone. Back. What's up, dude?
Hello.
Dude. Bro.
Hello.
Bro. We miss you,
my horribly lit room.
Yeah. It's lovely to see you, and in the pre-show people were saying how handsomely dashing you currently look.
What?
He looks great.
Yeah.
You're making me feel a little jealous here. We need to move to the Pacific Northwest, I think.
And you guys could be brothers, actually. You kind of look, you know, a little bit sibling style. Yeah.
Beard's about the same length.
Yeah.
Your horns are definitely bigger than mine. Mine don't show.
Whoa.
Well, I mean,
straight to the horny talk.
Of course.
Hey, you'd fit right in up here, Steve. It's. I think anybody would fit in up here. It's. You got your weirdos, you got your regular folk, you got your extra weirdos. You know, so.
Crack is legal.
Near Portland, everyone fits in. There's a niche for everyone there.
That's for sure. I don't go there.
Niche for everyone. I hate it.
Yeah. Can we just ask about that? You know, since that came in, like, have things changed? Yeah. Has things changed, or just not at all?
Or what was? Sorry. What were you?
since I don't even know if it's legalization or decriminalization or whatever the terminology is for illicit substances in your part of the world, have things changed? You know.
You know what? I haven't really seen too much of a difference. Tweakers go and tweak. You know what I'm saying? Like, either they don't care if it's decriminalized or not. They're just gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I haven't. You know, you would think, right? You would. Well, not really. I mean, if you look at studies from like countries that have legalized a lot of these drugs, I mean, usually it hops up and then it just plummets, like straight flat lines.
Yep.
In terms of like usage and stuff like that. So, but I haven't even seen it. I live in kind of a small town though, so I don't know if it's fair for me to, you know, weigh in too heavily on it. But around here, you know, I haven't seen too much craziness.
Yeah. We're stoked to have you on the show, man. I really appreciate you, you know, coming back and hanging out and talking shit with us, bro. You know, fucking yeah. And everyone in chat, sorry, I'm just taking over for a second. We welcome you all. Thanks for hanging out. Please share the love for Mr. Malone in the chat. X1, like, subscribe, comment down below, all that sort of business. Yeah. Fellas, how are you guys? Legion, Mr. Van.
We have there's sound effects in here now? Did I just hear sound effects?
Yeah.
Is this like a professional show now? Or?
Whoa.
I'm just playing. I have a Taco Bell shirt on. Don't listen to me.
Actually, I would like, dude, that Taco Bell shirt's so cool.
I always wanted a spam shirt. Spam shirts were cool.
Yeah, I would totally wear a spam shirt. I love Spam Asubi. That stuff is so good.
Do you want a shirt with the Spam logo? Would you want a shirt that looks like Spam? Or do you want the ultimate, a shirt made of Spam?
Ooh.
That's a tough.
I want a button-down shirt made of Spam.
That would be nice in the cooler weather, maybe not so much in the hot weather.
Coming up next on Legion's Only Spams.
I just want to do it so I can get on the bus and I just start chewing on my arm.
You could just do that anyways. I promise you, no one would look twice. It's the bus.
There's mayo on it. Go to town.
Yeah.
On Tuesdays, you can put rice and Hawaiian, you know, little teriyaki.
Little yaki. Little yaki on the pit.
Spam? That's too spicy. Mayo's.
Did it? Who
I see.
Spam is all like mayo, white bread, and processed cheese. That's like that's you can't go any further than that with spam because it's spam.
No, it's a national delicacy for many countries.
I love fried spam.
Oh my god.
Adam right now clocking out the chat.
Yeah.
So Vape Malone, we haven't had you on here. If you guys, we have some new people since you've been back. I think we have got like one new viewer since you've been on. But if you guys don't know, me, Adam, and Vape Malone used to have a show called Three Amigos, and then for some reason they let me be a part of this and ruin it, and we had the Amigos Co. And then, if you didn't know, Kevin left us to go buy a pack of Mango Jewels and never came back, but now he's back. So he's just like our dad. But he helped start this channel and started all this stuff, and he's the reason why I'm on here. So if you want to send hate mail, I can send his address in a DM. Other than that, we love having you here, and we haven't got this from you in a long time, and it wouldn't be a vape show without you. What the fuck is your buffet? Do you even vape anymore?
Oh, I quit. I'm just kidding. So, my 5 years is this month, actually, March.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah. But I am vaping. I bought one of those. Wait a minute. Didn't Adam ask to like how everybody else was doing, or didn't you ask that earlier?
We don't really.
You're unimportant.
Yeah.
He does that just
I'm
to
sorry.
be nice.
I'm so used to business Zooms. I guess I'm like I don't want to go out of turn. You know. Make sure we, yeah, stock prices are skyrocketing. Anyways, I am vaping this double barrel still. It's just the thing won't die. Like, I bought one of those for when I go out on the adventures and the hiking that we were talking about, Steve. I bought one of those, the Vandy vape. What is it? The dual thingy with the
Jackaroo?
The Jackaroo, yeah, with the black panels on it. The G10 panels.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's great, except the latch on it is a bit tough to deal with. I think, like, I'm glad I didn't have to review it. So, but it's nice for adventures. You know, I just hope that like when I do drop it, because I have a couple of times already, the battery door flopped right open. So if I drop it in water, I don't think it would work as intended. But on top, I really don't. I'm gonna have to unscrew it and take a look at the label. Unicorn Vapes Inc.
Oh, nice.
Mass Mods. This one, the Mass Mods Unicorn, the single coil dealer.
Actually, still an awesome RDA. Actually, one of my favorites.
Yeah, so I've been running a Breeze Tones coil in there, but I just have one, you know, because you can do dual coil in it, but I feel like it just performs really solid with one coil in there. And I got one of Adam's, obviously it's a fuse, but I'm not sure the diameter. I think it's a 2.5 that you sent me.
Yeah, right.
Sandvik.
Yeah.
Sandvik.
It would have been.
And then I'm vaping on my Plumbus cookie. It's a strawberry frosted sugar cookie thing.
Nice.
Are you still mixing?
Oh yeah. I just, man, because you know, with all the hullabaloo going on, I put in my my order. I bought 2 liters of nicotine. Yeah. So.
That's like $6,000.
Two liters.
It was on sale.
Yeah.
What was it?
New mini fridge to hold it all.
Yeah, pretty much. I got a special little corner already carved out in the fridge to hold those receptacles full of lovely, lovely nicotine that we may not be able to get in the future. Fuck the government.
Indeed. There's just on a side note there, Mowgli, if anyone follows Mowgli on Facebook, he's been posting some excellent Nick storage hints, tips, and science stuff, discussions about that, because a lot of people probably have never stored Nick before or used some pretty high milligram stuff to mix down into it. So yeah, be safe at home and stuffs.
Always.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Wear gloves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No glove,
And if you have like a rubber apron or something, I suggest doing that. And always try to mix standing up.
Why did I picture you in the basement wearing nothing but the rubber apron, the gloves, the horns, nothing underneath, cackling to yourself while you're mixing away with a great big stir stick?
That's what we do.
Yeah.
A big stir stick. I like it.
A giant one.
Imagine like a Skyrim soundtrack.
Yeah,
in the background.
it's one of those old McDonald's spoons with the little golden arches on the end, but it's just really big.
Now I want one.
Like the giant, yes, a giant wooden. It also works, after it's thoroughly cleaned, of course, as a good paddle.
I've thought about those McDonald's spoons in a long,
Now it makes
long
sense
time.
why it's got to be a rubber outfit because you're gonna paddle after.
I mean, being a naughty boy, you gotta get a spanking. Sorry, you guys, you let me on the show. You have no one to blame but yourself.
We knew what we were in for. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine. Speaking of naughty boys, I'm certain that at least half the audience already knows, and at least half the panel knows. But apparently, Mr. Breezetones has been cheating on us. He's been stepping out.
What?
You've been stepping out. You were on another channel.
I was, but that was a special occasion. That was
Marital contract with us.
by getting the letter in the mail. Is that?
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
Where's our royalty?
yeah. No, that was fun. That was a heavy. I'm not sure I've ever been in a stream with that many people before, and that was out of control on Grimm's stream. So it was a tough topic to talk about. Very passionate views on certain things, aspects, Crackle or wicking or setups and all that sort of stuff. It was certainly a lot of fun, but I had to definitely concentrate because I was struggling to get my language right, and I mean it's all just pocket science, really. Yeah.
If I learned anything in that stream, watching the chat, it's that the vaping world is broken into two parts. One that goes, well, this is science. There's probably more to this. We can figure out ways to do this incrementally better. Let's listen and learn. And the other half that goes, fuck that shit. You just jam your cotton in there, pour a gallon of juice on, and it vapes. I don't give a shit. As long as it works. You guys are all talking out your ass, fucking scientists. I mean, literally, the comments broke down to a little bit of both, which was really interesting to watch.
Yeah,
100%.
But I enjoyed myself.
But I think you're missing the third side of that, where the people are not even there representing themselves. The ones that the gas station cowboys, if you will, just give me my jewel from the gas station and I'll be on my way type deal. Never hear anything from those folks, not one bit.
Yeah, well, I did say Vape Community, and I'm not discounting with vapes, whether they're pods or RDAs, whatever. You're all vapors, but are you part of the vape community? That's all different matter.
Yeah,
I think that's a contentious issue, contentious line to draw.
Yeah,
don't mean to leave anyone out.
Yeah. No, but it was a lot of fun, and I was saying within like 20 minutes of that being over, my phone was blowing up with either messages of support or messages of that was ridiculous and what are you doing? So it was very 50-50 split. I guess.
So you got some hate mail from that.
Yeah, but that's people are totally entitled to their opinion. That's absolutely fine, and certainly for once I'm not taking things to heart. Yeah.
Can you slightly elaborate on that for just a second? You don't have to go into names or anything, but what was a specific message that stood out, like that they said?
Like a message about it's cotton, it shouldn't need like any extra thought processes. Exactly like Steve was saying, like just put it in and it'll work, and it was not not nasty, but I guess just kind of saying like. That procedure is ridiculous, and why would you do that? So it is what it is, and yeah.
I mean, Did you respond with why is raving like a writing desk or?
No, it was more to like you're missing the point, or one is missing the point. This is just an inspired thought. You know, no way is right. It's more just
right.
Just yeah.
And they do have the most point. It is just cotton, and if you just stick it in and pour some juice on, it will work. Absolutely, they do have that point. It will work.
Yeah,
but can you make it work better? Can you make it nicer?
See, that's all. That's where I was. That's where I was going in a weird Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole way. That rabbit hole is very deep and furry.
Yeah,
and it's almost like cotton, if you will. And it's. I don't think it's just preference. I think there is a science to it. Because guess what? There's a difference between even if you're looking at like e-liquid, right? There's a difference between a 70-30 and a 90 VG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
There's a type of flavor that comes from that process, and what kind of a hit you're gonna get. Are you gonna is it jam packed in there so tight you're gonna burn up your cotton once you get even close to it getting a dry hit or something like that? Got to think about those things.
Yeah.
I just don't get people going on the hunt like $120, $200 a month on new RDAs, new tanks, continually getting new stuff in to try and hunt down the better vape, the ideal vape. This works well. It keeps me satisfied. I'm off smoking, but there must be better out there. Let's grab the newest shiny. We'll grab that. Oh, it's a little bit it's the same. Okay, let's grab the next newest one. And constantly doing that, but not being willing to take 5 minutes to play with some fucking cotton and see if that makes a difference.
Because they do that.
It doesn't make sense.
Because that's what the guy on the YouTube said. That's what the guy on the Instagram said. They're not looking for something better. They're, for lack of better words, jock riding these brands and these guys that are producing stuff. And that's why they don't want it to be better. They want what that person has or what that person said. And it happens a lot in the industry, and that's cool, whatever. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. Yeah. But I will not, it's very subjective. But the thing is you also got to notice if you did something and you put your opinion out there, and if it was enough to offend them, there's got to be some kind of truth to it, to the point where they had to message you and tell you, oh my God, that's not right, because you shook their core of what they think they know. That's all it is. And if anything, I think that shows you that you're getting results.
Mm. Yeah.
For all the people that are offended not to write a letter, there's as many people that are intrigued and interested, and they may not do it your way. They'll find their own way, but now they're thinking about it. So overall, it's a success. You've made some people think about stuff.
Yeah,
that's all we can do in this world.
That was kind of the feedback I was giving to Nick after the show. We were just discussing the engagement, because people were throwing questions left, right, and center, or comments that were kind of a question, I guess, with also a bit of a statement. But I think about when I was learning about vaping, anything that had any kind of knowledge of any sort, I was just a sponge for it. I just wanted to know, why is it doing that, or how can I stop it doing that, or those kind of things. So I think you're very right. Some other comments were really nice to not focus on the negative that's going on right now, and just take our minds off it, and remember why we enjoyed it, or why we enjoy the experience, or those kind of things. So none of the comments that were detrimental, they won't stick, obviously, because there were so many people that were like, can we go further? That was really cool. Yeah.
I think there was a section of the audience.
I did want to shout out chat real fast before we get too deep. But Steve, if you want to finish that thought, and then
how deep have we gone thus far?
All right,
I'm just going to finish this off by saying I think there's a section of the audience that need to improve their listening skills, because they read the title, it's Crackle, and they heard you guys talking about Crackle, and they seem to feel like your wicking method is all about the Crackle, and the entire point of this is the Crackle. And that was, you guys did come back to that a lot, but not realizing that you're looking for consistency, you're striving for consistency, and more than anything, you're looking for good flavor. That's what I picked up from you every time you mention this. It's about good performance and good flavor. Crackle is a bit of a bonus. You like Crackle, so you're trying to achieve that. But this was not all about the Crackle.
No,
this was about having a consistent, good performing, well wicked vape with a little bit of thought into the process. You could take the same thing and get a Crackle free vape that does you just as well, if that's what you're into. I think a lot of people out there that were just oblivious to the fact that it's not. That's the Crackle is just one portion of it.
Yeah,
you don't have to aim for that.
Yeah,
it's a bit sad.
Oh no, it's and I would never make a claim that I'm a master of anything. Just more like, hey, let's look at the detail and can we try and unpack some of it, some of this, some of anything. Constantly learning, absolutely. Yeah.
And if someone says something that you don't like or something you don't want to use, guess what? Just like you used to do when you walk by a newspaper stand, you keep on fucking scrolling.
100%.
Anyways.
Yep.
I want to shout out T Getz. He was here like 5 hours ago. He said, "What's up?" So make sure shows him some love. We'll catch the replay, I believe. Mr. Homicidal Maniac, formerly known as the artist RB Mark II. Good to see you, bro. Erwin Kopecki, Miss Lissy T. We got, let's see, who else? Mozzie. We got Anthony Versmella. We got Aaron Kopecki. I always fuck up the last name. Hopefully I got that right. And then we also got Mr. Birdman. He said Potato Fest, and you're goddamn right. You know it is. Yep. Red Vapes and Advocates. Good to see you, bro. Let's see who else. We got Great Wombatsky, the fucking coil pitcher master in the house. And Eileen Bell said Legion sent you. Legion fucked up. I'm sorry. No. And I believe Mr. Matthew Welch. He said, nice work on Grim Stream, Adam. So much love to Adam. There are people out there who do appreciate it. And he also said, as a barista, I understand the methods behind the madness. I think that plays a lot into the reason or the things you do and the way you do things, Adam. Because picked up on that. And then just real quick, we have Kevin Simpson for some reason. I don't know why he's here, but yeah. And Mr. Mowgli Vapes, and an advocate for liberty, and Aussie Shano, and Travman. All right, sorry. I started a conversation in the middle of that. Adam, go ahead.
No.
I was signed into my professional Google account. I apologize.
Professional.
So, you see that fucking picture of me?
Yeah.
Cheesy. Hey, give me a job.
Yeah.
I told him, give me the sad sack who really needs a job deal on the photo.
Indeed.
Give me the old Zach Galifianakis needs a job.
Just for a complete tangent, just while we're talking about that situation, I'm going to just run this. Normally this is for the end of the show, but we may as well just do it now because this is the situation. The you can even motivational blah blahs. I want to continue on with that vibe. And this one was this morning, funnily enough, pun intended. Curiosity is the wick in the candle of learning by William Arthur Ward. I guess that really is the what would you call it? The underlying takeaway from all of this is that any little piece of inspiration to give you the key for your own journey is the whole reason for all of this. Why we bothered discussing it and putting ourselves out there, because that was another thing that I said, and this is my personality type, is that when you say something you kind of committed to it, and people then will take that word for word of what and run with it like that was your final word and all that sort of situation. But just want to inspire the journey, man. That's what it's all about. Get you to not necessarily tell you an answer, just hopefully that people you come along and meet with in life will give you some kind of insight or some kind of quote, and then it spurs you on your own journey, and that's purely the best thing about it all. So I just wanted to say that there to kind of wrap that up, I guess, in a nice, neat little bow, Yeah, that's it. That's
Someone needs to get Kevin a cat. So he's got something else to pet.
So Legion says you need to pet a pussy on screen.
Whoa.
Ooh.
I don't want to get you all kicked off of YouTube on our first.
If you think this is going to get us kicked off, man, you've been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
You checked nipples once.
You guys bad. You clearly haven't been watching for the last year.
Has it been a year?
It's probably been longer.
It's a year since you've been on. Been a while.
Wow, what a degenerate I am.
No. I think really this has been going a couple of years now, hasn't it? Like
we're hitting 2 years, yeah.
Wow.
2 years next month.
How long is I wonder when like the first Zoom meeting that we had, Adam, like when that was, like, because that first Zoom meeting was like the whole, that was like the beginning of this, wasn't it? Like when we talked about like doing something on YouTube type thing.
Yep. Surely 2018, 2019.
That long ago? It might have been 2018 because maybe tail end of it.
Yep, I would say so, because 2019 was a completely different situation, and I was probably not there for a lot of 2019, so it had to have been the year before 2018, because I would have started vaping in 2017 and been 6 months into it probably around that time, so it's a long time. It goes quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flies. Definitely flies.
Yeah. Shit, yeah. Mr. Malone, given your past history in vaping and leaving that going to a different industry and all that sort of thing, do you miss it? Do you still keep up on vaping as much, like via the socials? Do you how's it all going for you, man?
You had it right the first time. Left. I did. I've always wanted to like try and come back, but at the same time, like, is it really worth it? I feel like there's a lot of good people out there doing it still, in the face of adversity. I think Boondock Saints said it best. As far as like me keeping an eye on stuff, we're like 7-Eleven. We're not always doing business, but we're always open.
Yeah. Because I was looking at some of those videos from back in the day. You've got like 100,000 plus views on some of those videos still. It's like, wow.
Yeah, and some of them even more on the like Vape Happy channel stuff that we did. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like we play silly games at work, and we'll do the get to know you type games, and you give them like a fun fact that nobody could ever guess about you, and I tell people that I have like a video that I put out that's almost like 200,000 views, and like hardly ever anyone guesses that. Which, I mean, that's fair. Yeah. And then I tell them like, oh, I was kind of a celebrity for like a second. Not really, but I just, I'm full of shit.
What do you do? Do you tell them it's vaping related?
Huh?
Do you tell them it's vaping related?
Yeah, 100%. I don't stop sharing my journey. I think that's super important. Like, even if you're just in a different place, don't be ashamed. If people have some sort of like feeling or look at you differently, fuck them. Sorry. Excuse my French, but you know what I mean? We keep going on, and we need to share our stories. That's how this stuff works. And it's always been that. Like, even then, like, I had so much fun with the vape stuff, but it was always at the end of it for me was, if my personality or something like that, somebody really latched onto and, helped them in some way, shape, or form get off of, smoking, or finding something that worked for them to get off smoking. That's really what it was about for me. And that was, I think, the satisfaction. That's really the major part of it that I miss. I don't miss making companies money, while not making money. Does that make sense?
100%.
But that portion of it, I do miss 100%. And connecting with people, like I've made some really good friends being in this industry. All of you right here in this room, for instance, I probably would have never came across two people from Australia. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I could say that. So, like, I got friends in Australia, but it's because of this community, like Steve was talking about earlier. It's that, the community folks, whether we're split down the middle or not, we can still engage in the debate, and we're still a community. we're together.
Yeah.
So
I think the other aspect of content creation, I mean, and I all three of you plus people are in the chat that are creating, whether it's an Insta photo or that situation, there's those people that see, they may not be a follower, or they may not listen to every single thing that you do out there, but effectively it is also, you're now a face to is no longer an anecdotal situation. You're actually a face to a real situation, as opposed to people reading some stupid news article, put out by Bloomberg. It's not. It brings reality to the situation, and that people can succeed. Let alone it being a funny video of someone tripping out, or Steve's reviews, or Vandal's product photos. It's putting real people to that situation, and I hope that people see through the curation of them sometimes. I don't quite know.
I've said for years now that 90% of what we do is preaching to the choir. We do our channels, we do our live streams. It's our community, which is great. It keeps us together and makes us strong, but it doesn't get the word out there. And I think that the most, what's the word I had in mind? The most rebellious act of advocacy that we can do is that person-to-person, day-to-day sharing stuff. You're at the bus stop, you've got a coworker, you got a family member, whatever it is, sharing that personal story. Because as you said, there's all that negative press, the Bloomberg funded crap in the world, and that gives the negative spin. But now we have the opportunity in our daily lives, a little bit at a time, just to be seen and sometimes heard, and be that personal side of things. And it does counterbalance it. If you know someone who's gone through it, look, I quit, it's been 5 years now, and I feel better, and I've lost a bunch of weight, and I'm out in the woods hiking up and down and dropping my stuff in water, but it's all good because I don't smoke anymore. And I don't know, they say it gives you a metal in your lungs, but I don't have that.
Yeah.
You don't even have to get into the details, just that personal. Well, I know a guy. When they see that news article, they go, well, I know a guy, and he doesn't seem to have any of those issues. So
yeah, maybe
that's a lie. Maybe that's not everything. For as many people that write to you, and I know we all have them. Oh yeah, your auntie writes to you. It's like, I saw this news article, and you have to stop vaping now because it's going to put fluid in your lungs. For as many people that do that, there's also people in your life that do the opposite. They go, well, that says fluid in your lungs, but Kevin's fine. Kevin's good. Kevin's been vaping for 5 years. That must be shit. That must be shit.
And it definitely helps a lot for me to spread information and awareness to like real life people. Like, don't get me wrong, I do the social media for these pages and stuff, and like you guys said, we're preaching to the choir basically most of the time and all that stuff. But I've noticed that with it being a part of my job, it's a lot easier to just tell people about stuff. Like, oh, what do you do? Social media marketing management and stuff like that. Oh, like for what? Vape companies. Oh, okay, so you drive a Subaru. No, actually, I haven't smoked for like 4 or 5 years, and I have friends that when I first started like years ago working here and I started vaping, and I see him now, like this happened not too long ago. I had a couple people over, and he's like, damn man, like I haven't seen him in a long time. He's like, oh, you're still vaping? I was like, yeah. He's like, so that stuff must not be that bad for you. I was like, no. And that's just the easy segue into it. But it's those small connections, because like Steve said, 90% of it we're talking to each other. The 10% is those interactions and connections. And I'll be honest with you, like you keep sharing advocacy, keep doing it on Instagram to spread the word so everyone's aware. But if you think you're going to turn somebody over with a post from Casa that just has a bunch of words on it without your personal beliefs and your personal opinion behind it, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to resonate with anyone. Because if anyone sees it and it pops up and it's something that they're not directly interested in, who you three right here can tell me alone. How many times do you stop to read a text post that doesn't apply to something that you like or you care about? None. You know what I mean? And like, not saying that you shouldn't do it, but it's that 10%, and that's the difference that you're going to make is doing it like that. And that's people like Kevin that's doing the videos and stuff like that. Because I got to be honest with you, you know why your videos have 200,000 views? Because you know what you're talking about, and you talk about it great, and the fucking horns bring people in. You see people like me on here, and people are like, oh, that's just a fucking douche, that's a vapey douchebag, and stuff like that. But you come in, you draw them in, and you're a personable guy, and that's why, like, we need people like you. I'm not saying like, oh, we need you to come back or anything, but you made a big mark. And that's why, is because of your personality and the way you presented things. And that's going to be the only way that we're going to spread this information, is by sharing our stories and sharing how it applies to us directly. And like, this is going to sound very slight-handed and backhanded. I don't mean it,
Your RDA review is not going to change someone to vaping. No offense. Your your juice review is not going to change someone to vaping. No offense. We do it for us. That's cool. But we realize that beyond that, what else are you doing? If you're going to do advocacy stuff, talk to the people in your real life. And I'm sorry that went on for a minute.
No, it's very right.
All true.
You did say something. You said something that raised a question in my mind specifically for you, Chris. So you run into people maybe you haven't seen for a while or you've never met before, whatever. And they say, "So what do you do?" And I do social media, photography, and stuff for some companies. Oh yeah, well, what kind of companies? Well, the vape industry. At that point, how many people turn around and start saying, "Well, why are you marketing towards kids?"
I would say a good 60%.
Really?
60% of the people, because that's what they see on the news. That's what they think they see on the news. And then the easiest way to flip that around on them is to say, yeah, sure, you see that on the news, but I have a question. You see me vaping. How many people that you see that think that are underage vaping? None. Oh, weird. It's kind of crazy how it's an epidemic or an epidemic going around, but you haven't seen it. And then right there, you can counter them with their own fucking actual experience. You know what I mean? And because Steve's absolutely right, that comes up a lot. A whole lot, but that's because that's what's on the fucking news, and that's all you people regurgitate. There's no information. We're here to
as soon as you mentioned that.
What's that?
Yeah, as soon as you mentioned that sort of that kind of conversation, I could just immediately see how many people would be like immediately on your back, like, well, you're the problem then, and target all that vitriol that they've been fed by the media towards you because you're the marketing specialist. You're the one marketing this. The papers say this is marketing towards kids. Therefore, it's your fault. You're the problem. And getting across that.
And that's another thing too, is because it's very easy. Because with what I do and having 8 pages of social media that I manage in the tip of my fingers, I pop it up real quick, and I'm like, oh, just so you're aware of this. We're a pretty big company, a reputable company that does things. Like, check this out. How does this fucking bottle of whatever this custard is inside of a fucking basket make a kid think, oh, that's going to be cool riding my Razor scooter and my Crocs? It doesn't. You know what I mean? And then it's just about throwing it in, not throwing it in their faces. Of course, I get on here after work and I'm full of Red Bulls. I'm slightly aggressive, but it's more or less of flipping the facts in front of them, because then right there, you have the opportunity to counter anything. It's not just a Facebook comment section where someone calls you a vaping loser and just blocks you. You know what I mean? They can't, because sometimes they're my Uber driver. Sometimes it's a person that's delivering my food. Sometimes it's someone I'm in line at the store with or anything like that. You know what I mean? And it's not an easily avoidable situation. So when you see these people that you see online that do that, because you see it all the time, I'm sure, on Facebook, vaping's bad, full of metal and kids and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. They're going to go off on you because of the anonymity of being online and never seeing you. But when you get someone face to face, I promise you, because it, when you call it in their face and there's nowhere for them to run away from you at because they really want to buy that fucking ice cream that they have in their hand, or they really want to get a tip from you while you're driving that fucking Uber, they're going to listen, whether they want to or not, because they have to. It's a situation to where if you were to be a total piece of shit about it, you're going to be awkward for the rest of the duration of that, connection that we have in that moment. And so people are more apt to listen. And that's why it's very important to do it face to face and one-on-one, because online advocacy doesn't do shit to nobody. I've never saved a kid from fucking Africa that Coney stole. I've never fucking, saved a dog that's crying with Sarah McLachlan playing in the background. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But you had me at tip.
Just a tip. See how it feels.
Oh, yes.
All right, but yeah.
They need to bring back the sax, if you know what I mean. Yeah, bring it back. Yep.
Sax,
but we need the Lost Boys sax. That's the sound effect.
that is the sexiest sax on film.
130%.
Not Spandau Ballet?
No. Spandau Ballet. No. Lost Boys sax on the beach, no shirt, boobs going up and down in time with the music.
I still believe.
They were going to do a spin-off with him. There was going to be a Lost Boys 2, and he was going to be the new head vampire.
I would have so watched that.
Sweaty muscles.
Yeah. I would have watched the shit out of that. He does. You know that guy. He does. what is that thing where you can get like celebrities and stuff to do like messages?
Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg and E40 do it all the time for my fucking pop-up mobile ads when I'm trying to play my chicken game.
Yeah, he does those, but he'll do the song like he'll like throw in some like lyrics, personalized to the person.
Nice.
I was like, that's amazing. I want one of those.
How much does that cost?
You post on your Instagram, right?
yeah. Cholo Fit Creeper? Yeah. Yeah, that guy's hilarious, dude. Love that guy. So funny.
So how much does that cost?
It varies. But it's all set by the people. Like, they set their own prices.
Right.
There's a guy out there who he plays bass. He has a bass channel. It's all about bass. He plays pretty well, even though he's a bit of a douchebag. And he did it with Snoop Dogg. And he got Snoop Dogg, because you can give them like what you want them to say or who you want them to address it to. Like, I'm buying one for my mom because she loves you. Can you tell her happy birthday? And something about her cats, that sort of thing. So he got one for Snoop Dogg, and he put a couple of specific things in there. And he did it I think he did it 3 times to get the phrases he wanted. And then he cut them up, and he did a video with, I collaborated with Snoop Dogg. Here's my new song. Snoop Dogg on it. And it cuts to the cameo, and Snoop got royally fucking pissed because, it costs more than $85 to actually collaborate with Snoop Dogg, and he wants some profits out of it.
Yeah, I would imagine it includes like, a lot of weed.
I think they've actually changed.
Big rider, massive rider.
Right.
Massive rider. Wow.
Wow.
All this, and someone mentioned Mad Max. The guy in the last Mad Max movie who stands on front of the truck and plays the flaming guitar?
Yeah.
It's a real guitar. It really does flame. He's actually playing it. There's no CGI. There's not a prop. There's no dubbing in music after. That's an actual guitar being played, and the flames are actually fucking coming out of it while he's playing. That's...
Before you said that, I already felt like he was the unsung hero of that movie, but now that you've said that, even more so.
I would go even further. It's not... Yeah, he's insane for playing that, but the prop guys, the dedication to practical effects, like, you can do this stuff with CGI. It's fairly simple. It's fairly straightforward. But to dedicate yourself to like, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do it right. We're going to make it real. That's like some Jackie Chan level shit. It's like, okay, you fall out of the window and die. Okay, so we better film that last. That's the kind of dedication these people have.
And those are the type of people that spend a lot of time on putting their cotton in the RDA, right? So they can get the good flavor out of it.
I feel targeted. How dare you?
Sorry,
why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I wanted to. I was. I've been waiting this whole time to try and get that back into the conversation. And that was the only opportunity I've had, except for when Vandal was talking about the tip.
I'm working on a video now that
I have to.
Sorry.
I saw a lot of comments in that video that we're talking about finger oils and touching the cotton. And I want to say that our dear friend Adam is actually working on a new technique to avoid that problem. There'll be no more finger oils. It's still going to get spread out. It's the same technique at its core, but he's going to do sort of this motion.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't have to touch the cotton. Just 2 fingers there.
I think I've been called 3 or 4 different characters in the pre-show. Professor X. What's the name of that? The clean dude as well from you guys. Mr. Clean. Yep. Clean. Yul Brynner. I'm sure there's probably plenty.
Steve's just being mean now.
Yeah. Targeted.
It's all meant with love.
100%.
I have nothing but respect for these characters. Or if I equate you to them, then that's a good thing.
Yeah. I wish I had telekinesis and telepathy. That'd be great. Yeah.
Imagine just sit there, and your wire would wrap itself.
Yeah.
Slot
I
itself.
got tinnitus too. This ear, I got a ringing in this ear, brother. I can tell you what.
Tinnitus.
Teleconitis. That's that one disease, right?
It's free real estate.
It is. Doctor.
Somebody said it in the chat earlier, but they're an advocate for liberty. I just think of the Liberty Mutual commercial every time I see liberty now. It's ingrained inside of my brain now, because Hulu, thank you. Liberty, 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 liberty. So you're welcome, all of you. Just take that. Now it'll be stuck in your brains till you die. You're welcome.
I think I'm kind of glad I haven't seen that ad. That's good, because that's...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
You'll want to...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mad Professor X, a.k.a. Mr. Clean, a.k.a. Breeze Bones. Yeah, thank you.
Because
Mr. Clean would be a good name for your vape juice, or if you make cotton.
It's probably trademarked. I'll probably get sued the pants off me.
Yeah, but it'd be cool. You could be like the new Candy King.
Damn. Yeah. I don't even know where to go from that. Yeah.
Yeah, me either. But yeah. So Kevin, besides bringing the horns out, how have you been? What's anything new that you've gotten into? Like any whittling or knitting or something? Like what's new with the Vape Malone?
I'm pretty boring now, I should say. I don't post a lot of vape stuff because I don't buy a lot of new stuff. You just see the same pictures of the same old crap over and over, and I don't know if anybody wants to see that. I'll post it, but I don't know if anybody wants to see it.
You should just take your one kit that you like, that you use, and everywhere you go, picture a day of the same kit in a different location.
I should.
And then everyone will know
at McDonald's.
And everyone will know you're real.
You'll never see me there.
And you only post giveaway posts too.
Oh yeah, and I'll leave all of those on my page.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I still got that giveaway post up. Pretty sure the winner was announced, and it was not me, but I still got it on my page.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah. Sorry, inside joke.
Yeah,
for
me and
those of
Kev
you in the chat that are confused. Good times. No, so I've been getting into, it's on my Instagram, but been getting into chain weaving, it's called. I know that sounds super weird, but people make chainmail pieces and stuff like that. I'm actually working on a necklace, but it's taken me forever because my beard is so damn long and I don't want to cut it off to make a shorter necklace. So I've just been having to go to town on this thing. But basically, it's just taking these little tiny jump rings, and you bend them and close them and weave them in throughout each other, and you can make a necklace, bracelets. You can even make chainmail pieces if you want, like the head chainmail, whatever. But I don't think I'm going to be doing any of that. It's just that I think that's still a little bit too involved. I just wanted a damn necklace, and I was like, well, I want to pay $75 for this thing when I could just buy my own. That's it, right there. That's the Persian that I'm working on right now. It's called a Persian 6-in-1 weave, but basically it's 6 rings woven into each other.
It's out of control, man.
You can put coils out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like there's certain bracelets and stuff that actually are made by twisting the wire, just like you would with twisted wire coils and stuff like that, which I blew my mind. I was like, man, they were making these kind of bracelets in the Viking era and stuff like that. That's where that stuff comes from. But I don't know. I've just been really getting into that period of jewelry and stuff like that, and I actually think I might start making jewelry.
Nice. The significance of those things as well, isn't it? Historical significance of certain patterns and certain things. Is that right?
Yep. The Byzantine, which is the looser one, it's not supposed to be that loose. It was just that was the only size jump rings I had, and I wanted to try it out to see what it looked like and to see if I could actually do it.
Yeah.
but that Byzantine, that's like very is really from that Viking era age. So now, if I ever, if you all decide to ever have me back, then I'll have a Viking necklace and a Viking horned headphones.
That'd be amazing.
I was gonna say, dude, you don't only look like a blacksmith; you are now a blacksmith.
It's official.
I don't know. Once I get like, that's what I was thinking about doing too. Is like, because I have some space out in the backyard. I was thinking about actually like starting and doing like a, like a place where I could like,
like a smelting kind of thing or something.
Yeah. I don't know, like make ingots or something like that, or I don't know, just do blacksmithery things.
That'd be cool.
Is that hard to set up? Like, effectively, do you need to buy a whole bunch of tools to do that, or is it? Am I, imagine?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
You could do it on a budget, but is it safe? Not really. I would much rather do it safely rather than like doing it like, I don't know if like buying like a canister of like fuel and doing something with that on a budget is the right two things to have together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, make your own barbecue on a budget.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Yeah. So,
he's gonna wait for the video of the two Indian guys that dig out all the houses with the pools to do one, and then you can steal all their ideas.
Yeah, dude. I watch those guys. Those guys are crazy, dude. And then it's like tick, 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 tick. Like when they're tapping on something, it's like because it's all sped up and there's no sound. It's just like tick, 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 tick. It's super weird. Oh, that's interesting.
I have to admit, I wasn't paying attention to a lot of what you were saying because I was commanded to hunt for an emu filter, but apparently there is no emu filter in Zoom, so I'm stuck with
that one.
What I've got. Oh,
that one's way better.
You gotta pay for the Limo Emu for the DLC. It's $12.99.
I'm not doing that.
The horns do command me to do like stuff like that, so I don't know what it is, but hey, we're getting burgled here. Anyways, I just been like other things to go walking, hiking, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's very, very nice out here.
Yeah.
Still.
It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful part of the world you're in. I wouldn't blame you. And walking is really good for you. Yeah,
I think, I attribute a lot of that stuff, like doing the outdoorsy stuff, to my weight loss. So, it's, in Vegas, there's, Vandal knows because he still lives there, but like there's only certain times a year you can go out and do like outdoorsy stuff. Like in the summertime, you're staying under the shade if you're outside, you walk around out in the sun for a little bit, but it takes so much out of you. It's not cool, man. There's like so limited time to do things outdoors there. And then when you do, I mean, what are you going to go do? Cook a steak on a rock somewhere because it's so damn hot? It's like, here, let me throw a steak on the damn rock and it'll cook itself. I don't need a barbecue.
Yeah. Especially because out there you go. Sorry, go ahead.
I understand exactly what you're saying. People, or try to explain to people that I love Australia, I love the country, I love the people, but I'm not so fond of the outdoors because we don't have forest, we don't have woods, we have bush. And bush is literally what you think of it. It's like, it's thicket. You cannot walk through it. It's not comfortable. It's not a lot. It's dry. It's arid, and things stick to you, and you get fucking ticks in your tits. And I did that once. It was not fun.
Excuse me?
It's horrible. I got a tick in my tit. It was not fun at all. But yeah, you go to where you're at, and it's forest. It's trees. There's space between the trees. You can walk from the car park up the mountain, down the mountain, find a lake, set up a tent, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's gorgeous here. But it doesn't really facilitate that same sort of immersion in nature.
Yeah.
I don't stand there and look at it and go, yeah, I'm not walking through there. That's gonna be painful. Go back.
And where I live, I'm pretty close to the coast as well. So, like, if that's your thing, you like the water, you can go do that too. I wouldn't advise it in the wintertime because you'd be freezing your tits off, maybe without ticks, but they will freeze nonetheless. But it's there, and it's pretty to look at, and it's cool to take pictures of in the wintertime.
And if you go there on January 1st and you get there early enough, you get to watch all the idiots jump in the water.
Also,
they do that where you are.
In the chat to Legion's Booby Bug, he said tick is tits.
Tick is tits.
Is that guy still around? Like, I thought he was canceled. He was canceled a long time ago.
He canceled himself twice, but he couldn't stick with it, so he came back to the right place.
Couldn't stay away from the money, man.
He's probably not taking a hit in engagement though. He's probably still at crazy numbers of viewers.
Oh, I'm sure. He's probably taking a hit or two in the pants, but
right in the jubblies. Fellas, we're coming up to kind of the end of the time zone. Shall we continue on? Do you want to wrap it up? What do you want to do?
We can continue or finish as you wish, my liege.
Well, it's it has been a pleasure though. Maybe we should kind of wrap things up. Yeah. Any final words for upcoming week? Anyone? Or
yeah, I'll go ahead and get it out. Friday Fall will be back this week. We'll have the show and everything, all that, blah blah blah. But real quick chill moment. I want to let everyone know until the sale at Local Vape is BOGO right now on malicious manufactured juices. So you can go there and get BOGO. But also, this is a quick heads up because no one else knows yet. Tomorrow at localvape.com, everything is 40% off. Everything. You can even buy me if you pay enough. It's not a lot.
It's not very expensive.
Yeah.
I don't have
everybody. That's not a very good deal, everybody. Stay away from that sale. The Vandal sale, not the local.
I paid a bitch. I'm sorry. You used the cream. It went away. No. But yeah, that's all I got. And I'll make sure you can check out Breestone's Coils there at Local Vape too, because he won't show himself because he's such a good guy.
May I politely ask for the dumb Australians, when effectively is the last shipping?
It is very highly suggested that you place all your orders before the 26th, so as soon as possible, because that's the end of this week. And then speaking on behalf of myself, I do know that there will be a statement coming out to what the future of what things will be later this week. And yeah. Other than that, I do want to address this real quick in the chat. Ricky Mahoney, Vandal, how can I get something shipped to Mass? I tried emailing but got shot down. If it's illegal, if there's any ban, there's absolutely no way that Local Vape can go around that and break the law. It's unfortunate. It sucks. I know you need to get your stuff, but there's absolutely no way that the law will be broken. That's just it.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah. And
get it shipped again.
An advocate for liberty, 40% off of 420.69 is equals to a good time.
No, it's 40% less of a good time.
Yeah.
Touche.
But yeah, that's all I got. Mr. Kevin, you want to throw something out there? Because Steve doesn't look too, and he's never interested in shield himself. So, you want to tell people where they can find your rope chains or anything like that, or?
Nah.
No. Okay. Cool.
I'm pretty sure everybody that's in here that knows me and cares is already following me, and I appreciate all of you, and I love you all.
Nice.
All right.
Mr. Legion.
Don't let the man get you down as well. Keep vaping on and keep vaping on, brother. That's it for me. I'll shut up now.
As for me, I've got the usual shit lined up for the next week. We're going to be hanging out tomorrow morning, having coffee with my peeps. It's what I do every Wednesday morning. It's a good time, and we talk about just about anything that you throw into chat. So if you want to know more about ticks in my tits, that would be the time and place to do it. I have 3 half reviews done. I was supposed to finish them today. I did not finish them today. It's been a slack week, but see, I was busy playing with that this morning.
Oh, nice.
Can you play
I got a little
Wonderwall?
distracted. No, I can't play shit yet. I can play a scale badly. This is
Anyway,
gonna take a
there's
lot
Wonderwall.
yeah. Yeah. Other than that, what did I say? Coffee, couple of reviews, Aussie Vape Show on Sunday. Usual sort of stuff.
Yep.
That's about it for me this week. Oh yeah, I'm vaping up, on, under, around, behind, but not in the mall. That's a no-no.
Yeah.
Do malls exist?
I think for myself personally, it'll be Aussie Vape Show on Sunday with Mr. Legion, as per normal. A bit of talking with Squiddly Triss. Obviously, do take advantage of the local vape situation there. Coils are there. A bit of a release happening in Australia with some of the coils kind of tailored towards the single coil users or billet box all-in-ones, bloody blah, which is coming out in the vendors here, Victory Vape and Geelong Vape Co, which is really, really cool. Last thing is also straight up e-liquid supply, or Susco has a limited drop of things going on for the billet box community. I believe that's kind of still available if you go to the straight up Susco Facebook page. Those will be around for a very, very limited time, and that's it. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Big love and squishy hugs and stuff to all of you in chat for hanging out with us. Massive love to Mr. Malone for joining us for this episode. Please come back, man. That'd be great. Come back anytime, please. Yeah.
Nobody said it yet, but we did mention that you were one of the core members, the original Amigos, and you've taken your break. You've gone away. It's time for you to come back. That chair, I think I speak for the other two here. That chair is permanently yours. That corner square is yours. If you want to come back once a month, once a week, once a year, it's up to you. But we're always happy. Yeah.
I think
you can take over if you want.
Definitely not. I couldn't do it as well as you guys have it set up now. Just saying, I would never want to. It's just, I think you guys are doing an amazing job out of something that we just talked about randomly. We were like, oh yeah, man. And I could get in if anybody ever wants to know, like, why, the specifics about it. It's not very fun, but we'll save that for another show. But I would definitely like to be back on if you all will have me, and I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words.
Yeah, for shiz. Faux shiz. Let's end it there. Folks, big love to you all. It's a big heavy week coming up for the industry in the US, so we send all your love to you all, and hope that everyone can get things going on, so to speak. But big love to you, Legion, Vandal, Mr. Malone. We'll see you next week, everyone, and more potatoes served up next week. Big love to you all, and we hope that you stay strong. See you next week.